I'm Allison LaForgia, the managing editor of HousingWire's content studio. And today we're at the New York Stock Exchange, and I am with Lisa Schreiber, who is the SVP of Correspondent Lending at eRESI. Lisa, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, well, who wouldn't want to join you in this amazing, look around.
Let's talk a little bit about what first attracted you to the mortgage industry and how your career path led you to your current role at eRESI.
Well, I don't think I was originally attracted to the mortgage industry.
Anybody?
No. I think I really kind of just fell into it. I had gotten a paralegal certificate and I was looking for what could I do with it. And I found a job in the mortgage industry that paid a couple grand more than paralegal. So I tripped into it. Very lucky though, I had amazing bosses. And I think they saw something in me. Maybe I was just hungry to learn, what have you. And it just stuck. And I just learned and kept growing through that process.
And now
I'm able to use over 30 years of experience to help eRESI grow, to bring a real client focus to eRESI's platform. You know, we've got amazing experienced people there. And it's really just bring it all together to really form a partnership with our sellers for success for both of us.
Now, when I was looking at eRESI as a company, you guys are newer in this space, and I think that you've had some tremendous growth in the past couple of years. So let's talk a little bit about how you view the current state of the market and how you would describe that to other people who are in the market and maybe looking to grow in a way that you guys have found success in growing.
Yeah, so we've actually been around since 2019,
Mm-hmm.
so not too new.
No.
Especially in the non-QM space. The
Yes.
non-QM space is really not, I've been in it myself about 10 years. So really what I would see with us, our growth pattern has really been around education and really just trying to determine how to help people understand the non-QM space, the product, you know, how to use it effectively, what borrowers really benefit from these products, and then providing a platform where we really walk along with you. So what I see right now is I see a lot of people growing in the non-QM space, and I think it's because rates are high, agency refis are not readily available, so they're open. They're open to learning new things, and non-QM I think is one of those things. So that's great. It does increase competition, but we're all about that. It's all good for us. But it also brings the product more towards an understanding and more standardized. You know, not meaning that the underwrite is standardized, but I think people are more accepting and comfortable with the products, and that helps a lot.
So you just talked a little bit about getting people comfortable with the products and being okay with competition in the space.
Yep.
So what strategic adjustments has eRESI implemented, and maybe in response to today's market and leaning into that idea we're educating people in the non-QM space?
We've definitely leaned into education. We've leaned into more deep relationships. So really what I mean by that is what we've done is we've just increased our staffing in a way that is very thoughtful. We've brought in people that are very knowledgeable and have done non-QM for many years. And it's more of a consultative partnership where we say, hey, we've got experience, let us help you. And we were with clients all day today, and it was really terrific because they were telling us, like, we love working with your team. Like, your team really works with us. They pick up the phone, they help us through, they respond quickly. And that means a lot. That means a lot, especially in today's market.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that feedback is invaluable, right? That
Yeah.
you guys have a team that is not only so experienced, but really partners with people in this space. So can you tell me a little bit more about other strategies that have helped eRESI and you succeed in this space, especially when the market is so volatile and competition is so high?
Yeah, I think also accessibility of our senior leadership. We're also not a very large company, but when I first started consulting with eRESI about 4 years ago, there was only 12 people. So easy access to our folks was super easy, right? Because there's only 12 people. So if you wanted to talk to somebody about credit, you talk to the head of credit and the same. But we've consciously tried to keep that as much as possible. Like our CEO had dinner with one of our larger clients not long ago, just called him up and say, hey, I'm around. Do you want to have dinner? And who does that? Like, it's very unusual.
No companies that I can name
exactly,
offhand.
but I thought that was so cool.
Very
And, and then he said, hey, I had dinner, with Chris the other day. And I said, what did you learn? And he said, well, this is what I learned. And then we acted on some of it. So it was just, I think, accessibility and just like saying, hey, we've grown now to 78 people. And, we're still accessible. Like we still want to talk to everybody and see what's going on.
What a wonderful culture. It sounds like you guys have really managed to scale in a way that preserves a really fantastic culture. And I think that that's so rare.
Yeah, I think it's rare too. And it's funny because I try to, when I'm talking to people that I think would be a good partner for us, or I would love to have as a partner, I try to express it. And I feel like I said to somebody yesterday, I said, listen, I know this sounds like a pitch. Like, I know it sounds like, we communicate, we do this, we do that. And I said, but I have to tell you, like, I don't think I've ever worked at a place that really lived what I'm saying. Like, I really believe it, And it was funny, the guy looked at me and he goes, I think you can tell when people are sincere. I said, I'm telling you, it's just coming from the reality of what I see and what I'm a part of, and I'm proud of it.
I think you can absolutely tell when people are sincere. And it sounds like the company philosophy that you've built is really looking at client interactions like a partnership.
Yes.
And not like an exchange.
That's right. That's key. That actually is key, and truly meaning it.
And I mean, even going back to your CEO, having dinner with someone that you're actively partnered with and being able to take feedback from it is so unique, and seems like that's a very different leadership culture that you guys have built.
Yeah, Greg Sang and Tim Wang, that are leaders, and really are leaders in credit and secondary and operations, they're all the same mindset. So, again, we meet every morning as an executive team. We just talk about what's happening, or, I had dinner with somebody, or I did this or whatever. And every day it's kind of like a great way to start the day. And then we kind of take that out to our teams, and it works well.
Looking into 2025, where do you see the most compelling opportunities for growth or innovation in the space?
Well, innovation for sure. I mean, it was interesting. I think I was talking to you off camera. We were talking about the Mortgage Innovators Conference that I was just at, and then the Empower event. But the Mortgage Innovators Conference, I came in a little late because I was coming for another event. And all I heard was AI. AI. And, it's like literally, it was like, okay, somebody needs to then explain well, articulate well how we will use AI. Everybody's got AI now. Clearly, it's going to be the wave of the future, and we all have to kind of harness that power. But I think we're all still learning about how we're going to do that. So that's certainly a huge factor in bringing efficiency. I think allowing people with the knowledge that they have to have better tools to do things maybe quicker, maybe more effectively. Definitely something that we're talking about right now.
AI is definitely something that I think we all have our eye on, and I think there's many different definitions of AI.
Exactly.
And
it's everywhere.
It's everywhere,
but we don't know where.
And how different people use it is very, very different.
Yes.
So I absolutely agree. I think that'll be something that we keep our eyes on. And then to wrap up, what are you most optimistic about for the back half of 2025?
I think I'm just really enjoying the ride right now. I don't know if that's the right answer for this, but I think I'm with a really great company that has a great culture and outlook. And I'm excited about new partnerships and growing that, really is what I am right now.
What a fantastic outlook to be excited on building what eRESI's already, it seems like, done such a good job of doing and expanding on the success that you guys have already had.
Yeah.
So Lisa, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate having you on.
Thank you so much. This was really great.
It was great
Appreciate
seeing you.
it.
And to our audience, thank you so much for listening. Be sure to see more conversations like this on HousingWire.com.